Oh, shit.
What's up?
It's supposed to be a one shot on me, but
Oh, well.
welcome in here.
It's all falling apart. It's over.
Both of us.
We're done.
in
This
here.
is our last show.
Yeah.
What show number is this, by the way? Are we...
21.
Yeah, man. Cigarette
Yeah.
smoking. Moving up to cigarette
Yeah,
smoking.
we can now smoke cigarettes because we are at episode 21.
Yeah.
I don't recommend smoking cigarettes, though. They're bad for your lungs.
Are they really, though? Is that a big
Yeah, it might
old
be.
government conspiracy?
It was once a government conspiracy to get you to smoke cigarettes, yes.
Yeah, it worked on me when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, it worked,
I thought it was
on
cool as
everybody
fuck.
from like the 20s on to today.
That's when I first got into stealing. There was a Circle K, and I don't know if I brought this up before, but there was a Circle K in the neighborhood at the elementary I used to go to, and yeah, this old man would just take forever to turn around and do the change, and there was like cigarettes there, and I'd be like, taking these.
You kleptomaniac.
And yeah, me and my friends would just go to this like ditch and just like smoke them, but we'll smoke them like not all cool. It'd be like, can you smoke like 8 cigarettes in a row? And we're just just being all stupid. You know, but it's just little kids trying to do something that's fucking whatever, naughty. Or
Were they
the rules.
Durals?
There were Durals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the cigarette of choice back in the
It was
early 90s. Those were the first ones I ever tried were Durals.
Yeah.
Stole some from my friend's pops.
Well, they dipped them in like homeless people's urine. Like that's the flavor of the tobacco of the Durell.
That's
It wasn't
Gary's
that.
flavor that
Oh,
he
is it
prefers.
mine?
That's his favorite.
Well,
yeah.
I'm in the alley, so whatever. Man.
You are in Piss Alley, not the one in the Japan, the one behind my house. That is Gary Snyder. I am LG. This is episode 21 of LG's House. You can follow me on all my socials at DJLG210. Please hit that subscribe button. We are approaching 420. I think on 420, Gary needs to take a big old hit, right on screen.
Well,
Or off screen,
Yeah.
but still on
yeah.
screen. You
I'm
know
not
what I
trying
mean?
to incriminate myself.
Yeah. Because that you'll do it like over here, like this,
Yeah.
and then we'll see the cloud, and then you can come in.
Well, first of all,
Because that way we could just say it was fake. You know, we can just do like a fog machine or something.
so what the hell was that behind you? That island witch that's staring at your back this whole time. Move to the side. What's the story about this antique?
That's Rhonda.
Yeah, cursed thing.
That's Rhonda. She's a Balinese goddess.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll do her.
Yeah.
Give me enough whiskey.
Careful.
I'm on top.
She's
Thrusting.
she's kind of a black widow.
Thrusting on top.
Okay.
Whatever.
All
Well,
right.
Sorry.
she eats newborn babies.
Oh, cool.
But she's also the god of fertility. So
what you're
the
saying?
yin and the yang.
So what
you
you're
know?
saying is she swallows. Okay, cool.
And spits. Either way.
Unborn babies, baby. That's my joke.
Yeah.
That's my swallow joke.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, bro.
All right. Well, this is LG's house before Gary derailed the show right there.
It's over. I'm fired.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss.
LG's house on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Remember that
baby.
song?
On a Tuesday.
Up in the club on a Tuesday. I forgot how it went, but it was
when's
awful.
Okay, so when was the last show? I feel like it's been a little bit. It's been about a week and a half or something like that.
Yeah, so the last show I did, you did also, but
Yep.
you did not do it live. You did it we recorded a show in my car when we drove up to San Marcos to Umami,
That was fun.
which
that
was delicious.
That was delicious, man.
And
That
we
was
stuffed our faces.
We got to do more shows like that, and there's a German spot in New Braunfels that I want to hit up, and I want to try to check that. I think it's called Alpine House.
Haas.
Pause.
Alpine Haas,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I want to
Yes.
check that out, and yeah, because I like German fare, and I think
I
that'd be a really cool
You gonna
travel
go get
show.
some schnitzel? Like I can dig some schnitzel. How do they get the chicken like that thin? They just like hammer it?
Yeah, it's all
Like,
about hammering it out.
you just
know what I'm
hammer?
saying? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, or you sit on it for a while. I don't know. I mean, all I know is it's thin and it's good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
And the what is it? The potato pancakes with like the applesauce. Yeah, it's like Wurstfest. Like everything they have at Wurstfest, basically.
Yeah, if you
but affordable.
Well, you're saying that you kind of wanted to go to Germany at some point. I highly recommend Germany. I've been to Berlin and Munich, but
I've never set foot in Germany. I would love to go to Berlin. I've heard it's amazing. like I said, I want to go somewhere that's has public transportation where I can get from the airport to the main city center and get around without having to rent a car.
Yeah, you'll definitely get that in Germany. Everything is pretty bad, especially in Berlin. One of the best art shows, or should I say, like art exhibits that I've been to was in Berlin, and I stumbled upon this while me and my friend were just kind of walking around. Checking
Why were you
out everything.
stumbling?
No, it was like I was drunk. But anyways, I came across a Salvador Dali art museum that's there, but it does all of his old school stuff with like Don Quixote stuff and like sketches and stuff. So you get to see his progression into the course, like the melting clocks and the elephants and all that stuff. But it's a treat. You get to see all this really, really cool stuff. It was one of the best things like that I just in my travels where I just stumbled upon, and it was like pretty fucking cool. It was badass. So
one day we'll make it out there. James Aguirre is up in the chat. He says it's all about beating the meat. Good Tuesday afternoon, gentlemen.
What's up, James?
Yep.
Good to see you, man.
Yep. James always up in here. Appreciate the support, James. If you want to support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/DJLG210 to help our mic fund. We are in the process of saving money for new microphones, so we don't have to wear these, Formula One, NASCAR driver, airplane person. What do you think? Call center mics?
I say air traffic controller.
Traffic controller.
Yeah.
They're play-by-play mics, to be honest with you. They're for broadcasting.
All I know is
mics.
there's a sweet spot with this mic to where you're either going to hear me like making like fucking smacking noises, or you're going to hear me like breathing. So I have to like try to find that sweet spot. To
it's because they're right here. So it's
like
the breathing is throat. Like there. Yeah. Especially if you're fat, your breathing tends to come across on the air.
I haven't had one of these in such a long time. So,
speaking of that, hold on.
Tell me about this right here. Like, what is this? This is not an Indo beer, right? Is it?
No, this is Japanese.
Oh, okay.
This is from Japón.
Okay, way off on that. Okay, so I haven't had that in a long.
If you ever see a samurai handle at a tap at a bar. Mm-hmm. It's this. They always have the samurai handle for the tap. It's cool.
All right.
Like not a samurai handle, a katana. The handle of the sword, the katana handle.
All right.
And it's delicious.
Okay, so what is your favorite local beer that you've had in your travels? Because we've had a lot, like Binting and this right here, and
probably Heineken.
Shit, Heineken. Okay.
Right from the brewery, like
okay,
or like just in anywhere in Amsterdam, it doesn't taste skunky at all. It's different.
One of the funniest museums I've ever been to was in Amsterdam, and it was the Anne Frank. Just kidding. No, it was the cheese museum.
And I wanted to go to that. The guy I was with traveling, my travel buddy at the time, he was like not the greatest travel buddy, and we couldn't. He didn't want to go there. I wanted to go. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good, bro. Because the cheese master that comes out, he's literally wearing like he's the cheese master, bro.
You kidding me?
He's like just farting
There's
everywhere.
a cheese master.
Hey, what's up? We got my cheese. Cheese. No, but he's literally wearing authentic wooden clogs, and I don't know how that did not fuck his bone structure up on his feet.
like the Dutch wooden feet, like wooden shoes.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
Well, hey,
yeah, they're
like
skilled
the cheese,
at that. I saw some people dressed up in like the downtown area.
Oh no, he was hardcore motherfucking like Dutch. But anyways, we go to this and it has all this cheese. I think it was over 100 like different samples. So you had obviously the good stuff, and it was again just big jars of just cubed cheese, all chopped up, ready to go, But you had eccentric cheese, like chocolate cheese, raspberry cheese, this cheese, that cheese. So you had really weird stuff. And then you go down into the cellar, where he'll give you a cheese demo.
Hand job?
On how
what?
He'll jerk you off with the cheese curds.
I don't know about going to a cellar with the dude in wooden clogs, but
well,
anyway,
I mean, If you got to make money, bro, you got to make fucking money. So, anyways, so after I fucked them, I went to down the street to the Anne Frank Museum. Now, but one of the best things in Amsterdam was like you have that cheese museum, but you also have the Picasso original 3 level museum of all of his art.
Van Gogh?
Yeah, that's right. It's
Van
fucking
Gogh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Van Gogh.
Did you go to that?
I did. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I met my cousin there.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time I was in Amsterdam, I ran into my cousin, literally, in Amsterdam.
That's fucking cool.
And we didn't know each other were gonna be there. It was crazy. She's from Texas. I'm from Texas. She lives in like Dallas or something.
Oh, that's so crazy, man. Because I mean, there's cousins that I have that if they walk past me at Fiesta or HEB, I will never like recognize them.
Oh yeah, we know.
So
each
you
other.
knew, okay.
Oh yeah, we ran into each other outside of the Van Gogh Museum. We were both going to the Van Gogh Museum, and then we ended up both going there together.
Yeah, that to me is a great idea because they started off of Van Gogh's career, right? In the early stages was floor 1, right? And then level 2, and you just see the progression up to level 3.
Yeah, yeah.
What we know of Van Gogh, really cool idea.
It's kind of like the Orchard Towers in Singapore, aka the 4 floors of horrors.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what they call it. But on the bottom floor, it's like, very vanilla missionary. The second floor, it's a little freakier. You can do doggy. The third floor, the whips and chains come out. And the fourth floor, nobody really goes up there and knows what happens up there. It's like there's, nobody talks about it. You don't talk about the fourth floor.
What's up, JC? Welcome to the chat, brother.
What up, JC? Good to meet you the other day. I met JC the other day in Helotes.
Awesome, man.
Out in Helotes at the we went to the El Chaparral restaurant. Mexican food.
How's that food? How would you rate it?
I'd rate it maybe like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
That's not bad. That's
it's
solid
not bad.
for me.
It's solid. Yeah. It's solid.
Okay.
There's one on Redland in 1604 as well. So they do a good breakfast. Their breakfast is money.
We need to go back to Piranhas and get that badass happy hour, which we
should
highly recommend to
we should.
The audience.
They should sponsor us. How much I've been talking about them,
dude. You've put money in their pockets.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they see you coming in, they're just like, we're about to get that electric bill paid for the month.
Yep. There's it's good times over there, Yeah.
We'll check it out. Let's do another road show because that was a lot of fun.
Road show.
I really enjoyed it, man. And speaking of enjoying, how was your July 4th? I didn't see you on July 4th to talk to you. So how did that go? Anything exciting?
What did I do on July 4th?
It was raining. It was raining.
I went down to my buddy Jeff Turner's house down off Broadway downtown. Shout out to Jeff. Check out Better Off Show, which airs weekly on this channel. Jeff is the host of that show, Better Off Show. Jeff went with me to meet JC the other day, actually.
Cool.
And I went over to his house and we grilled up some burgers and we
fuck yeah.
We had like a BB gun shooting competition in the backyard.
Oh, please tell me interesting. Did you record that or you're just
I think he recorded some of it. Yeah, some of it. But my marksmanship, I haven't picked up any kind of, gun or anything like that in years, and my marksmanship is still there, It's like riding a bike.
Shit, man. Like
Eagle eye.
My friend,
crack shot.
Our mutual friend Sean, he's really into guns, going to the gun range and
Swimmer Sean?
Yes,
from Austin?
Sean.
Okay, I got
Aquaman.
Yeah,
yeah, but no, he took me to the gun range and
he loves the gun range. He would go every Sunday.
Well, it's the first time I ever went. He took me, so it's good to go with a trained professional. He knows how to handle guns. He knows what's up. But I mean, I was sitting there thinking like, okay, I can get this, but nah, man, it's actually a lot of skill. Like I'm sitting there thinking I got it, and like I'm not even touching the bullseye, and I'm following his technique, like the breathing techniques and like the. All the steady joints and all this other shit. And I mean, I'll shoot it and be like, whoop, like far right, far left.
Well, shooting a real gun's a little bit different than a BB gun. BB gun has no kick, so you can get the aim down.
No, I was dealing with some damn kick, man. It was kick.
I sold him one of my shotguns.
Oh no shit! Yeah. What type of shotgun? You remember?
I think it was I want to say it was a 20 gauge. I sold him a 20 gauge single shot 20 gauge. Yeah, mostly used for competitions and bird hunting.
remember back in the day, when I say back in the day, this happened a few years ago. This was a very tragic, I'm also laughing. This is a tragic situation that happened to this guy in San Antonio, and this went viral. This was, I think, during July 4th, around that time. And he had those mortar firecrackers where they're
the ones that you have to put them in a cylinder so they shoot up. Yeah.
This dude had 2 of them, and or maybe 1 of them, I don't know, but he was trying to light it, and it obviously it's like a short ass fucking fuse, and it just goes all quick and just blows both of his hands off.
Jesus.
Both. I mean, and keep in mind, this is like, everyone has a phone, so people are already recording this.
Well, give the man a hand.
And then fucking, he's sitting there just fucking bloody motherfucking stumps, just like, oh my God. And I was like
the extended cut of RoboCop.
Dude,
yeah.
Like, it was like, okay, so of course people start putting memes to this because people were thinking like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And the memes were Tropic Thunder, when that dude's holding up like
oh
the
yes, I remember.
Like, so everyone just started slapping these memes on people dropping the videos, out on Twitter or whatever. So obviously it went viral, but I just thought, fuck, that's
Twitter
fucked
world.
up. And that's why, to me, like, I don't know, with firecrackers and all that shit, I just stay away from that shit. Because as a young kid, I remember popping that shit off, having Roman, Roman
it's all
candle
snakes
fights.
and sparklers for me, man.
Dude, I keep it fucking simple, man. Because I remember one time, and everyone has a moment where you held that black cat in your hand too long.
Bro, then when I grew up, it was the Wild West, man.
Always Wild West,
we would
bro.
have wars. We'd throw. I would take 8 black cats and tape them together with freaking electrical tape.
Yep.
And twist all the wicks together, and I'd ride around on the pegs of a bike. I'd have someone driving so I could aim.
Yep.
And I would just launch these at neighborhood kids, and we'd have wars. We would make bottle rocket cannons out of PVC pipes. Be like 8 bottle rockets right here, just in like PVC.
It's crazy.
Light them all up.
It's crazy how we used to get those bottle rockets too. You light them in your hand and they just take off. But the Roman candle fights,
too. Yeah, the Roman candle fights.
Wasn't that so much fucking fun?
Just a fireball.
Just fireball. Like, I feel like the fire starter from Stephen King. Like that girl, like all like that.
Or Prodigy
shit comes out. Yeah, like, I mean, that's what I felt like the whole time.
I've never seen that movie.
You got to see it.
That's a movie, right?
It's a movie.
Okay, I didn't see it.
It's a Stephen King movie, of course, one of the best writers in our generation. He's our Edgar Allan Poe.
Are you a reader of Stephen King?
No, I can't read. I've been faking it the whole time, bro.
Oh, so yeah. You need to go to the school for kids that can't read well. Or whatever it is.
Dude, I just saw that movie actually for the first time in fucking years. Not even like 2 days ago.
Zoolander?
Zoolander is one of my all-time favorite movie.
Part 2 is terrible.
I refuse to watch part 2.
Part 2 is awful.
I refuse to watch part 2, man. I refuse to watch it.
It's like Dumb and Dumber 2. Don't watch it.
Ben Stiller, to me, at that was like his height. Because
it's great. Zoolander's fantastic. It's got a all-star cast, not just him, but all the supporting actors as well.
Oh, it's the best, man. Like, that to me was like pinnacle, like, Ben Stiller, and of course, like, his father, right, is
Jerry
Stiller, that played
Seinfeld's dad.
Yeah, people
dad.
don't know that.
He wasn't the original Seinfeld's dad, though.
He wasn't.
No, he got casted in there later. I don't know what happened to the original.
Well, I mean, he probably committed suicide because he realized that somebody was a better comical actor than him. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
No, yeah. The first Seinfeld's dad wasn't as good.
It wasn't good.
He was kind of just boring.
You know, it sucks because, like, you think about, like, okay, Full House, right? Remember Bob Saget? Like, there was a guy that was before Bob Saget, and they literally shot, like, the whole first pilot. Bob Saget.
I used to suck dick for coke.
You motherfucker.
I don't know who he is.
I knew you were going to drop that. God damn it. You little fucking...
I've seen him.
I got my little samples, and I throw them out there right when you're talking.
Bob Saget is a legend.
No,
Are you kidding me?
No, Bob.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, Bob Saget. Okay, so there was a guy that was, Tanner, Mr. Tanner, whatever his first name is. Danny Tanner.
Yep.
And they did the whole first show. And imagine the people that get replaced, like, the Tanners of the world and like whatever of the world. Like, how much that fucking sucks for them, because like,
it sucks.
You think you got it.
You think you
think you're there. You got the pilot, and then the director's like, you know what? I went with a different choice, and that's what happened with Back to the Future.
Eric Stoltz.
Yep.
Michael J. Fox was not the original person they wanted for Back to the Future.
And that's what sucks about it is like, imagine thinking like, dude, I've
seen the scenes. You can look up the scenes on YouTube with Eric Stoltz doing some of the scenes that they replaced him with, obviously, the better actor. They said he wasn't comedic enough. They said they wanted someone who had better comedy delivery.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, they got J. Fox from, what was that show he was on? Growing Pains?
No, Family Ties.
Family Ties, yeah.
Family Ties, man. Yeah, which is, I used to watch Family Ties. I watched Family Ties, Growing Pains, all that dumb shit. But it was good. It was good stuff.
J. Fox is great, man.
Well,
his movies in the 80s are all classics, all of them.
That's why I love the 80s, because the 80s, honestly, like, okay, yes, there was action guys. You had your Arnolds and your Sylvester Stallones.
Van Damme.
But you had that too, but you had in the 80s regular guys, Tom Hanks, you know what I mean, playing lead roles. You had
great
Billy
80s
Crystal.
actor.
Billy Crystal. You had dudes that looked like us, you know what I mean? Like playing these lead fucking roles. And I think the 80s really defined a lot of that. You know what I mean? There's a lot more of that going on there.
80s was a different time, man. It was a different time.
Yeah, then it got pretty action figure-y in the 90s, but that was leading with Arnold. But you can't go wrong with Arnold. Like
Arnold.
He was my favorite actor, like as a kid of all time. You know what I mean? Once I saw Terminator, like that shit, you know, just
Get to the chopper!
God, how many fucking you got a lot of samples. God damn.
I need some Terminator stuff.
I mean, do you? Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. I need samples from every movie ever made.
Okay, so tell me, real quick. What is your favorite all-time coming-of-age story? This is something that I watched just a couple of days ago.
There's so many movies.
So many, right?
Like that,
okay.
man.
I'm going to help you.
It's hard.
I'm going to help you. Stand By Me.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
Oh, you know, you're not dropping those samples right now? Where's your samples at?
I don't have any Stand By Me samples. I think my favorite coming of age story is Once Upon a Time in America. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite coming of age story.
Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours long. It's like 5 hours if you get the director's cut. It stars Robert De Niro, James Woods, Joe Pesci.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a coming of... Okay, I never seen that. Okay, so yeah, shoot me.
Yeah, you need to watch that. It's a slow burn, but it's considered one of the best gangster movies of all time. Yeah, it's about mafia, obviously, New York. These kids grow up in early 1900s New York and become the early mob, basically.
Okay.
And it shows them from kids to old men. So it's a coming of age. Maybe it's not the typical coming of age where you go through high school
I know,
and all that shit. But
I'm trying to have a little conversation with the kids. You see a dead body.
Well, yeah.
You bring up this gangster
It's just
shit.
like that. It's just like Stand By Me, but it's like instead of where's Stand By Me? Oklahoma or something like that?
It's probably Oregon somewhere.
So this is the same thing, but growing up in the Bronx, you know?
You're hardcore, Lawrence. Yeah, you gangster.
You haven't seen Once Upon a Time in America?
I want to say I did.
It's an epic.
Wait,
it's considered an epic. I think it's by Sergio Leone or somebody like that, some crazy director.
Okay, I've always told you this. There's one thing that I suck at. Don't say nothing perverted, but it's
Yeah,
watching
I can think
movies.
of one thing.
That's how I got on the show, guys. Help me, save me, save me.
You got to perform at the audition.
Duh. Every show, bro. You know what you got to do. Yeah. So
James is in here with some fire. The Sandlot.
woo.
The Sandlot's a good one. I almost mentioned that. Goodfellas as well. I feel like you don't.
That's a coming of age story.
That is a coming of age. Bronx Tale's good. See, he's coming with the.
No, he's the fire. That's the fire.
Yeah,
James.
it's coming. What up, Drew Show? Been a while, my man.
Yeah.
About time you showed up in LG's house, Drew Show.
The
anyway.
Drew Show. Yeah,
Bronx Tale's great. Love Bronx Tale. Once Upon a Time in America is all an opium dream. Deep cut. Yes, I've heard this, Drew. I actually, the last time I watched it, I had just learned about that theory, and it makes total sense because, like, I don't want to spoil it, but like the way he wakes up at the beginning.
Spoil it.
Like,
Fuck it.
no, you got to watch this thing. Dude.
Got to make me work.
Drew Show's got it, man. Drew Show's got it because De Niro. This won't spoil it, but De Niro wakes up in an opium den at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know that. I know that scene.
Okay. It's a long scene with the longest phone ringing ever.
Yep.
But De Niro wakes up and the conspiracy theory, the fan theory, is that the entire movie is just him having an opium dream of what happened in the past.
It makes so sense.
And like the way it wraps up too, I'm not going to say any more details, but the way it wraps up too, it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
But it also makes sense that no, it's just movie flashbacks as well. So, but I like the opium theory, the opium dream theory as well.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Coming of age. I mean, what's the official like definition of a coming of age? See, to me, I'm thinking like child to like adulthood. That's what I'm thinking.
Basically adulthood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Sandlot's good. Goodfellas, you see them basically doing the same thing. Bronx Tales from kid to adult.
You know, I gotta say, my mind's blown on this one because I never even looked at like Goodfellas and stuff like that.
You don't think about that.
I didn't even think about that.
You don't think about the gangster
but you're
movies.
right. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's a coming of age.
You're
story.
thinking about 80s.
Innocence.
You're thinking about
Innocence. I'm kind of thinking about Innocence. Well,
you're thinking of what's the director for Home Alone? Those kind of movies. You're thinking like Innocence, like 80s movies.
So you're calling me a pussy? Fuck you.
No.
Yeah.
Just like, those feel good, like,
come
can't
on.
buy me love type of things, like the Goonies.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not hardcore like y'all. I'm a softie. Yeah.
Rambo? I don't know if Rambo's a coming of age movie there, JC. Rambo's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, JC, you're hardcore, bro.
Rambo starts when he gets back in town. He's not. You never see Rambo as a kid until the later Rambo. Don't they do like a son of Rambo?
Okay, since we're talking about this. Okay, for the chat and for everyone. Okay, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Mine's Die Hard. Die Hard.
Die Hard's up there. Favorite Christmas movie? It's probably Christmas Story.
That's badass. You can't go wrong with that.
It's just because like it's been shoved down my throat. And then they do the 24 hours of the Christmas Story.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
But Gremlins is another one. It's one of my favorites.
See, those are hot topics, I think, like Gremlins and I mean, not for people like us, you know what I mean? People like us in the chat, like, but Die Hard and Gremlins always gets pushback because they want, squeaky clean type of like Christmas stories. But you know what? The Christmas Story is definitely up there. I watch it every freaking year, and I never get tired.
I have to watch it. I watch it multiple times because it's on a 24-hour loop. So I just put TBS or TNT on and just let it roll.
It's one of the only movies where it ended, and I wanted it to keep going. It stopped, and I felt like, why did it stop? You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean I want a Christmas Story
and I haven't watched any. No, there is. They did it. It's on HBO, and there's there's another one. There's actually 3 Christmas stories. There's 3 of them, but I haven't seen any of the sequels. Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's my other favorite.
That's a song. And see,
why are we talking about Christmas stories?
Because it's Tuesday, baby.
Christmas in July, baby. I mean, it's Christmas in July. There you go.
Hey, but
as the saying goes.
But it also goes back to the '80s. Guy Chevy Chase. That's why I like the '80s. You got somebody like Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, things of that nature, John Candy that can beat leading man.
Oh, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Man.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. Drew Show's in here. Jingle All the Way is his favorite because Arnold says Turbo Man like 100 times. I need to get that drop, Drew.
Got to take a shot every time you hear the word Turbo Man.
Wreck-It Josh is in here. He says Elf is my favorite Christmas movie.
Elf is good.
Elf is good. Yeah, I like Elf. It's a wholesome movie.
Elf is wholesome.
Did you see Will Ferrell when he showed up to, I believe it was an NFL game? Maybe, or a baseball game, and he was dressed as Elf.
Of course,
man. But he was completely hungover and hammered Elf, and he had like a cig hanging out of his mouth, and he was just doing a bit. And the director Jon Favreau actually gave him shit. It's like, what are you doing to the character, bro? Like, what?
You got to keep that like squeaky clean. No, I like what he did. Maybe he got inspiration from like Billy Bob Thornton's. What's that Santa Claus movie he did?
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Yeah, Bad Santa.
That's
I love Billy Bob. Billy Bob's great.
Billy Bob.
All right, Dan.
JC's. Oh, sorry, JC. He meant Rambo's a great Christmas movie. I forgot Rambo does happen during
It happened during
Christmas.
Christmas, man.
He just wants to go home, man. He's just trying. He's
Send him
like
home.
Michael Douglas in Falling Down. He's just trying to go home, and you just disrupting his whole lifestyle. Like, come on, man.
The older that I get, the more that I recognize with Falling Down, Michael Douglas. Like, I think as adults, you know, as men, I don't know. We all have those moments where you're like,
I have those moments more than I'd like
Right.
to admit, man.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. And we
I can't react like he can
No.
because
and
we're
shouldn't,
sane.
and we're not. Yeah, because we're sane. We're gonna like step back a little bit. But the older I get, and those bills are piling high, and maybe baby mama drama, the construction worker, the ATM's down.
he had
ATM
mad
is
he
down.
had mad baby mama drama.
Dude, but the bottom line was that as I get older, I definitely, relate with that character more and more. But not the Nazi guy in the movie. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Yeah, they're not very popular right
Well,
now.
Christmas in July. Christmas in
Well, shout out to Christmas in July.
Yeah,
here.
shit.
Yep. Drew mentioned that not many coming of age movies have multiple rape scenes like Once Upon a Time in America has. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The great Jennifer Connelly is in Once Upon a Time in America. Shout out to Jennifer Connelly, one of my childhood crushes.
She wasn't she in Requiem for a Dream, right? Or am I thinking of something different? Jennifer Connelly?
Maybe she's been in a lot.
Okay.
I don't remember who was in that movie, but she was the girl in Labyrinth.
Okay,
with
that's
David
her.
Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't seen Requiem for a Dream, please check it out. It's probably one of the most intense movies I've ever seen. The
I
soundtrack
saw
is
it, but I
badass.
was like a stupid idiot in middle school when I saw it.
Okay,
so.
now see it. Yeah, see
Yeah.
it's kind of sickening. Like at the end of it, you're just kind of like you just feel like your soul got gut punched because
Okay.
it's so intense. It's dealing with a lot of different things. So that's all that I'm going to say about it. But Jennifer in that, man, she's smoking hot, but she was a crush of mine as well.
She's still hot.
Oh, she's a hottie, man. She's
Definitely
good, man.
still hot.
I like her like when she first was in like you were saying the Labyrinth, and I've seen some documentaries about behind the scenes. You got David Bowie wearing that fucking cod
With
piece.
his cock piece, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
like what the
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
Like he's around
I
children.
blame Jim Henson on that. 'Cause
Yeah, dude, bro.
somebody made a decision like
Yeah,
to do that.
Cover that up, bro.
There's that scene where he's standing next to Hoggle, and Hoggle's like right at the cock, and they just cut to like mid-drifts like camera, and it's just like,
Oh fuck,
man,
David.
Hoggle's right there, bro. Like,
Hey, bro. Hey, rest in peace, David. Man, I wish I had your cockogula.
R.I.P. Jim Henson and
Fuck,
David Bowie.
yeah,
yes,
God damn,
yes.
bro. But every time I see that, every scene he's in, my eyes are shifting towards this bulge that's pulling me in like a fucking like gravitron or like some type of gravity pulling me in to the planet's orbit.
Hey, wait.
Who signed off for this? Yeah.
Drew shows in here. He says, I need to make a clarification that a 12-year-old Jennifer Connelly was in Once Upon a Time in America. Well, I was like, I was born in 83, man. So I was probably like, 3 years old when that movie came out. So,
Whatever, pedo. Pedo.
so I grew up with Connelly. I can say I had a crush on her as a kid. And yeah, it's fine.
My crush was Alyssa Milano.
Okay, yeah.
That was my crush.
I had
man,
a
when I was
few.
a kid, man.
I actually got asked this on another show on a shout out to the Area 210 podcast and Joe Garcia. Over
whatever,
there.
cheater.
Yeah. When I was cheating on Gary on another show,
Yeah, it happens.
I answered this question, and I came up with Melissa Joan Hart was one of my childhood.
Okay,
crushes.
so who's that?
She was at one point she was Sabrina the Teenage Witch,
Okay.
but before that she was Clarissa from Clarissa Explains It All on Nickelodeon, and that's what I knew her from.
Gotcha.
So that's why I mentioned her. She was like one of the first crushes, and then Topanga.
Topanga.
Just because she was like real voluptuous, and I was just like, "Whoa, who's this girl?" I didn't really watch the show.
No.
I was just like, "Oh, Topanga's on."
Well,
It was Boy Meets World, I think.
Well, I remember too, like Blossom, her best friend. I forgot her name, but she had that booty, and she did a spread and an I guess Double XL.
Yeah, I remember
Hip Hop
that.
magazine or something
Yeah.
like that. So she's in there like, and she was wearing like, like whatever, but she's finally showing off that beautiful butt, beautiful fucking ass. And I'm just sitting there flipping these pages like, damn, this is what I've been like thinking about. This is what this looks at, man. Fuck, it's badass. I love a juicy booty peach.
Yeah.
But yeah, God damn, gets me wild every time, man. Sorry, this is Christmas time. Christmas time.
Spray it on your belly, kind of smell it. Oh, duh.
Motherfucking shit on my chest is the best from the text.
So we got some good ones coming in here.
Yeah, man.
Christina Applegate, James says.
Oh,
Can't
Christina.
Can't forget that old Kel.
Come on, James.
Old Kelly Bundy.
Getting the loins fired up around here, man.
Sweet Kelly Bundy. Al Bundy was my hero. He still is my hero to this day. To be able to afford a 3-bedroom house, 2-car garage with a backyard and a basement and working at a shoe store, a ladies' shoe store at the mall on that salary, and you can afford that?
I remember like
I envy you, Al Bundy. I envy you.
and this is when Fox first launched. So Married with Children was like their big, like their bread and butter, like their
It was
first
that
big thing.
and The Simpsons. Yeah.
And I remember like me and my brother, we had like, we're in the den, like separate from our parents in the living room. And,
Sex den.
and we were hearing like our parents like laughing their ass off. And we're like, man, what are they laughing at? So we like kind of peer around the corner and we see they're watching Fox and Married with Children. So we run back and we put it on because we're just, curious. And it was the Santa Claus episode going back to Christmas where Al Bundy, where like the guy jumps off with the coupons and his parachute doesn't open and just lands on the Bundy house and kills them. And they have all these coupons that they can like use for the mall. And I remember like watching that episode, laughing my ass off, and I was hooked ever since. And it was like, season 1. And that was definitely one of my favorite.
It was groundbreaking at the time.
Groundbreaking, man.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, because it was finally like represented families that I know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't that poor, but like, I mean, we weren't rich, you know what I mean? So you can relate to the struggle of like not having AC for the summer or whatever.
Yeah. I've got some trivia for you here.
Okay,
before I get to that. Blossom's friend was 7. She was 5.
Oh, 7.
Yeah.
Send me to heaven 7. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
there you go.
heaven.
7.
Yeah.
Drew shows in here, says Al Bundy was the manager of the store. So he had a manager's salary, probably with benefits, because,
Well, not at
it
a
was,
shoe store.
but he was saying it was obviously a money laundering scheme for organized crime in Chicago.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know if it was, because the owner of the store, if you don't remember the name of the owner, the owner's name was Gary.
Yeah.
Her
Gary.
name was Gary.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't seem like she was organized crime, but maybe.
Hey,
But yeah, you're right. Never made a profit, huh?
If Fred's Fish Fry can be organized crime, Al Bundy's Gary store can be organized crime. That's my statement on that. So
Yeah. Well, he never complained about not being able to pay his bills. He just complained about not having any extra money. Like no money for food, no money to do anything else, no Christmas gifts. But they always had the house, and they always had a car. He went through car problems here and there, but he always had a car.
well,
The Dodge didn't work every time.
but remember that show where he hit 1 million miles on his car, and there was like a whole I guess like they're gonna film crew was gonna film it, and then it broke down before it even got to 1 million because that's Al Bundy's luck, and then that's
I felt like he fell asleep and it rolled over 1 million before they could film it. Isn't that what happened? Something like that?
all I know is that Al Bundy deserves money. He represents all of us struggling, and if he's doing fucking organized crime underneath it, fuck it, he gets the pass.
I don't think Al was bright enough to do that. He didn't seem much too bright.
Yeah, have you seen the cartel videos that come out of all this like crazy torture? Maybe Al Bundy was behind all that, filming it. Who knows?
Did you know Peg Bundy, her sisters were the Doublemint twins in all those commercials?
No
the Doublemint
shit.
gum twins. That was
Wow.
Katie Segal who played Peg Bundy. That was her.
I did not know.
Those
that.
were her sisters. Yeah.
Did you see her in Sons of Anarchy?
I haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, but I know. Yeah, I've seen her in the role she plays. Yes.
Well, don't see it. But it's.
I'm not like into
biker shit.
biker stuff. But
Yeah, it's biker culture. It's whatever. It's cool the first like 2 seasons, but then it starts to get ridiculous. Where now like you know, they're like shooting people in broad daylight, and you're like, how are you not fucking busted by the feds or the cops?
That's
in
what
this town?
I couldn't believe, man. But if you actually research some biker stuff, they don't go to the extremes in that show, but they were pretty ruthless back in the day.
Well, no, they were, but like,
There's this show called The United Gangs of America on Vice. It's a series.
okay,
And they go through a few of the biker games, like the Vagos and the Hells Angels and Sons of Hell and whatnot. And they show how brutal it was, man. It was pretty like Wild West. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff that you'd be like, how are they not getting busted for this? And like the police force is actually scared of them. Like they want no part of it. And if it's gang on gang violence, the police are like, not our problem.
well, this is what blows my mind sometimes too, because obviously in San Antonio we have the Banditos, right? Like they are the premier biker gang.
They're on that documentary as well.
And they should be, because like they hold it down. They do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, like they control Texas, or at least the most part of it. And when I was living in Austin, there's a lot of biker clubs. You know, people that are wearing vests with patches and stuff like that. And I always thought, like, I wonder what a Bandito member thinks of these guys that are, you know, I don't know, like, I'm not trained enough to know, like, what patch you wear, but I'm sure they have to have, like, thought it out, because you can't wear a top rocker and a bottom rocker the way that a Bandito wears something, because it can get you in trouble.
It's like military.
Yeah,
like
you're going to get checked.
Yeah.
You're going to get checked. So to me, I just saw a lot of wannabes in Austin with these, like, you know, like biker clubs, and it was very blurry of looking like a biker gang, like Banditos. And to me, I always thought they were treading on water, and you just got to be very careful, because you do not want to cross a true
real
biker
one.
gang.
There's a bunch of them. They're driving like I've seen biker gangs where they all have slingshots, but they look like, if you didn't see what they were riding, they look like a traditional motorcycle gang, like an MC.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
If you don't know that. So I don't know. I've always thought, like, when I used to see that a lot, because that's a lot in Austin. You know, you'll have like hot chicks wearing these vests and, like, you know, whatever dudes and stuff. And it's just like, but they, they're computer programmers, you know, Monday through Friday, and then they throw on the vest on the weekend. I always thought, like, I wonder what, like, a true biker gang thinks of that. Maybe they leave them alone. They don't give a shit as long as they don't wear certain things that disrespect them. But from, I guess, my untrained eye, I'm thinking, like, be careful.
Yeah,
Just be careful. That's it.
All right, you're listening to LG's House right here on my YouTube channel and on Twitch. Shout out to Dark Warrior 012, who's listening on Twitch right now, watching on Twitch, I should say, or listening. You never know. He's asking philosophical questions in here. He says, "What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?" I don't know if he's trolling us, if he's a bot, or if he really is asking a serious question, because I don't know if we're fielding questions like that right now.
It's pretty intense, man.
That's pretty intense.
It's a great question, honestly.
Well, I'm going to let you think about that, Gary, because right now I have to give love to the very first sponsor of LG's House ever in the history of 21 shows.
All right.
Shout out to evbase.com, the new sponsor of LG's House. If you need accessories for your EV vehicle, if you drive a Tesla, if you have a Cybertruck, if you have a Rivian, they have all the accessories you need right there at evbase.com. They're still running their 4th of July sale. You can get up to 19% off orders of $300 or more. Woo. Different specials going on here. They got wheel covers. They got carbon fiber accessories for your Cybertruck or your Tesla, running boards, sunshades, you name it. EVBase has it. Check out evbase.com and save 20% by entering the promo code LG. Enter the promo code LG to get 20% off your order, and you can get all sorts of stuff for your EV vehicle. Shout out to evbase.com for sponsoring the show. It's very nice to finally have a sponsor for LG's House.
Hey, badass, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, man.
I condemn you. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I know it's like kind of a niche sponsor, but it works. Better than nothing.
So I guess going back to what's the best advice? Don't eat the yellow snow.
That's pretty good advice.
Pretty good advice, man. Because when I was a kid, I used to eat the yellow snow.
Yeah.
It drew me in. So I'm like, I'm eating nothing but this. Then I realized don't eat the yellow snow today.
Drew shows in here. He says this is like listening to late night talk radio for the late 80s and early 2000s. Just talk about anything and everything.
Absolutely, man.
That's how we go. That's what we do here. We don't have a plan. You think we have a plan?
It's free flow.
I ain't got no plan.
Free flow.
We just do it live. We do it live.
Fuck, man.
Adrian, shout out to Adrian Robles. He's in here. He says his advice is always pull out or wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, unless you're trying to, put one in,
Are you? Are you trying to sabotage like that?
Well, what if you're happily happily harried and married man that wants to have a kid with your wife?
Well, I'll tell you right now.
You can't wrap it up or pull it out.
I'll tell you right now. That's why every pretty girl growing up in the hood gets pregnant at 15 or 16. Because if she's super hot, that's what that little fucking vato does. He's like, I'm gonna come in this shit, fuck it, because he's trying to like trap her. So yeah, guys do.
Maybe she got money.
Guys, no, it's not even about. It's just she's hot. Like that's her money. Is she's hot. So like I've seen like hood shit happen like that where
so he was trying to lock it down.
He's trying to lock it down.
Yeah.
It never works out.
As Drew Show says in here, he says wrap it up unless you're trying to lock it down.
Exactly. So I've seen that happen so many freaking times in hood where I see a hot chick walking around and I'm like, she's about to get pregnant. And sure enough, not even like 6 months later, she's fucking walking around pregnant.
Man,
that's what they do, man.
Is it what they do?
Oh yeah, it's trapping, man. They trap it up, man.
Man,
it just is what it is, bro.
All right, I believe you, bro. I believe you.
Sampera. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm still looking for an electrician. If any of you guys knows a licensed electrician in the San Antonio area that has experience installing EV chargers in my garage, 60 amp circuit on the freaking circuit board is what I need, I think.
I got one for you, man.
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Well, I don't need a 2 amp circuit. I need a 60 amp circuit.
Oh shit, we got you.
But yeah, if you are a licensed electrician, holla. Get in my DMs. Get in my DMs. If you need your sports fix, we did a sports cave last night at 8 p.m. with the biggest Puma and the captain. We'll do another one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on this channel. And Adrian's asking if I ever saw. Sorry, let me just.
No, go.
I did not. Sorry, Adrian. I saw like 10 minutes of it. I saw the dog. The dog died.
The John Wick. Right. You didn't see all of it?
No.
Okay, me either. I haven't seen none of it. Yeah.
But I heard Ian McShane's in some of the later ones, and he's one of my favorite actors, so I might have to watch the series now.
Yeah, this is why this will never, ever be a movie podcast, because I don't know fucking shit.
Well, we gotta educate you, bro. We gotta just do like a movie night.
Well, give me Adderall and I'll sit my ass down so I can actually do it. Yeah. Other than that, I'm walking around like a goddamn
checking your
junkie.
phone. Are you the movie guy that's just always you don't even watch the movie?
No, I'm just twitching. I just can't I can't sit still. Like
I see that.
Yeah, it has to be like something like that's really gonna pull me in. But I understand people are like, well, this movie will pull you in. I was like, trust me, like my shit, you never know. Like sometimes it pulls me in, sometimes it doesn't, and it can be a badass movie. So I don't know. I need to take Adderall for it. That's the bottom line.
All right, Drew Show says that during the late 70s to late 90s, you could find hot Latinas in San Antonio instead of tortas. Was that true? Where did we get more tortas over the years? Drew, as the years went on, San Antonio became more
fat.
So the Drew Show, where did you go to high school? I went to John Jay. I graduated in 1996.
So what was the situation like at John Jay in 1996?
I mean, any girl that I felt like that was dateable was either A, already taken, or just B, not interested in my dumb ass.
Well, how did they look?
I think they looked okay.
How was the flock?
I think they looked okay. They looked good.
The scenery.
Good. Yeah.
Scenery.
I mean, San Antonio is known for having some big old women.
The first girl you banged, how did she look?
Was she a great big fat person?
She was Nah, she was good. Yeah, she was good. Yeah, if I'm trying to compare a 15-year-old's body in my mind, thanks, bro. Pedo. SWAT comes in. Yeah, trying to get fucking swatted. Saying these fucking words, these trigger words.
Mine wasn't the greatest looking, but she was not a great big fat person.
Oh, wait.
Was she from MacArthur?
Yes.
Because that's where you went, MacArthur, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there yet. I was still in middle school.
So you
Driscoll. Driscoll Middle School.
You got lucky that early in life? Oh my God. It took me till I was like 16.
Yeah. I think it was 13.
You fucking whore. Whore.
I'm not proud of it. I wish I would have waited.
Oh, yeah, whatever, whore.
At least one more person.
That's what whores say when they're trying to retract the whoreness. Okay, yeah. Well, no one's as lucky as you, Lawrence, to lose it at 13. All awesome and cool.
I mean, a lot of people probably did in San Antonio. That's why you have, mothers at 15.
When I was
mothers at 14.
When I was in 6th grade, like this freaked me out. 6th grade, I went to Anson Jones and look up Anson Jones. That's all.
I don't know what that is.
It's fucking ghetto ass school. So I went to Anson Jones. So here I am, like 5th grader, elementary, going into middle school now, and I'm going into Anson Jones. And I had a home ec class that you had to take. So I'm in home ec. I'm sitting in this table, round table, and it's me and like 6 other girls. And these are like fucking hood ass chicks, and all of them are talking about getting fucked by their boyfriends, and how like she's like, oh my God, like he put in 4 fingers, and I was like, I swear I'm not cheating, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm in fucking 6th grade. Y'all talking like they're fucking vulgar talk. And that blew my mind. I was like, here we go. Like, this is going to be the start of like a crazy life in Anson Jones and John Jay.
Well,
West Side.
I guess that's how they get down at Anson Jones, apparently.
Fuck yeah, man.
No, that's how they got down at Driscoll Middle School as well. R.I.P. to Driscoll Middle School, by the way.
I was intimidated.
Yeah. We were some bad kids in middle school. I was a bad kid, unfortunately.
Yeah, you were, man.
It was terrible.
You're a whore.
I didn't get a lot. I may have lost it early, but I didn't get a lot. I wasn't a whore.
Bro, you're a DJ.
Nah, not then. Then I was a guitar playing, skateboarding, head banging grunge guy.
So X shot me a article, and that article was about AI DJing.
Oh yeah. He sent me that same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because if you have skill, I think you're going to stay. If you don't have skill, like we talked about on the Three Amigos episode, so please check it out if you can, you're going to get wiped out in good riddance.
That's true.
That's
you got to embrace the AI overlords and learn how to use them to your advantage.
It's crazy. It's coming.
That's
man.
what it is.
It's
and
coming,
if you don't,
bro.
you're going to get left in the dust.
It's coming.
That's pretty much how it is.
We're dead.
Drew shows from Corpus, went to Brack Southwest, John Jay,
Woo!
John F. Kennedy, Jefferson Holmes, spent summer in SA at the Primos. He bounced around, bro.
Fucking Jefferson, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, I know Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson was the hood. At least that's what we all thought it was.
Jefferson. No, it is, man. Jefferson. Holmes right down the street.
Hey, Holmes.
What's up?
Hey,
You want to buy a Kurt?
Shout out to Holmes, the alma mater of John De La Rosa, a.k.a. Dingus. Dingus, did you see the Epstein files just magically disappeared?
Of course.
That was cool.
Of course.
So it was like, they just like, they're gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
What else has happened in the world today?
Yeah, I think we know.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a sad weekend this weekend with many lives lost in the hill country due to the floods. And, shout out to all the families that are grieving right now.
Well, I want to say my condolences to everything that's happening over there. A lot of lives lost, a lot of families been touched by this tragedy. So nothing but love and, of course, donations that I will make, to go towards that to help all that situation out. Shout out to HEB.
There you go.
Beating FEMA to the thing, because that's just why we love HEB. They're going over there helping out with everything. So I guess all we can do is just, be there and support with, love and money, like let's send some money that way. So that's where I'm at with that.
And speaking of HEB, if you do want to donate, HEB is taking donations at all their grocery stores. So go in there and head to the customer service area and just ask an employee how you can help out with the relief efforts. And shout out to all the search and rescue and all the drone pilots that are helping in the search and rescue effort. And I'd like to just get a punch in. I know we don't do punches on this show, but I want to punch the complete stupid idiot that flew a drone out in Kerrville and ran into one of the search and rescue helicopters, an illegal drone flight. You didn't even have a freaking license or clearance to fly out there.
Wow.
You're just trying to get pictures of the devastation, dude.
Oh, wow.
F you. You're making it bad for the professional drone pilots here that have a license and get clearance from the FAA to do things like that.
No bueno.
F you, go home, take your drones home. They don't need you out there. They've got plenty of professionals that can do it right. You just caused a helicopter to get put out of service when they need it. Idiots.
Idiots, bro. Idiots, man. Much love out there, man, to Kerrville and all of our folks affected, and even up in northern Austin and everything, man. Just all aboard, man. Not a cool situation, man.
No.
Much love, man. We'll set some funds that way for sure, man.
Yeah, and once they get everything cleaned up and stuff, don't go there now. They don't need you there now. They need people who are helping there. They don't go there now. But we need to help out our hill country people, not just Kerrville, but all the surrounding areas that were affected.
Absolutely.
Got to go out there and show some love, show some tourism, spend some money.
Have you?
Because they're going to be rebuilding for years over there.
Have you been in a situation that was kind of like catastrophic or could have been catastrophic ever in your life, or know someone that's been in something like this? Or?
I've known plenty of people that
okay.
have been in situations, but
Yeah.
I've never personally, thank goodness, knock on bamboo, but I've never been in a natural disaster or some kind of situation that required emergency evacuation or anything like that. Thank goodness.
I was almost in a situation. It was like a trampled, like a crowd trample type situation, crowd rush type situation back in Mardi Gras. This is post Katrina. I was on Bourbon Street and it got so freaking crowded that the rush of people like coming down the street started pushing you. And I remember in my head thinking like, man, it was just like you had no power. You had to go where the crowd was pushing you.
Yeah.
If I would have tripped up,
Get trampled.
I would have been trampled. Yeah. And it kind of reminded me of like, I remember in my head thinking like, man, this is like fucking like a flash flood almost. Like you're just getting swept in with this direction. Mm-hmm. I was fucking petrified and scared. I remember this guy next to me, because we're all in it. He just starts freaking out and like fucking punching and going. And I had to like, dude, like calm down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. Like I had to tell like, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down.
That's what causes it.
Yeah.
Then everyone else starts to do the same thing.
Exactly, dude. So I had to yell at him, but I eventually was able to like finagle myself to where I was like pushed off to the side of the alleyway of Bourbon Street. But that was a truly like, scary situation. And we've seen like trampled tragedies happen.
And Bourbon Street's not very big either.
Yeah.
It's
it was
if
scary.
you've never been in New Orleans, it's not a big street at all.
That's the only time I was like a hint of something that I feel like could have been very, very tragic. But thankfully it didn't go that route. But damn, man, much love, man, to all the families affected in that Kerrville situation.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah, and so we need to head up to one of these places once everything settles down. And
we will.
I haven't spent any time in Kerrville in a long time, man. And then Adrian mentioned here, HEB was founded in Kerrville. This little history nugget there. Thank you, Adrian. And yeah, we should do another show and like make a drive out there and do like a talk show in the car.
Let's do it.
And then wherever we go to eat and drink and be merry.
All right, guys, tune in for next, man. We'll definitely do that for sure.
We'll we'll see. Not next, but
Well, you know,
down the line. And then maybe we can, if you're not scared, we could do it live. The ride live, like the actual like drive go live.
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Is this
Nazi,
guy-
Nazi live man.
Well, I like to do it live, man.
I know you do. We've seen the clips.
Yeah.
We know what's up.
Speaking of do it live, we're gonna bring. I'd like to show you the clip if you haven't seen it already of Mr. O'Reilly, Mr. Bill O'Reilly, the famous "Fuck It, Do It Live" clip that for some reason I still haven't put on a drop. I need to get this on a drop, but I prefer to do shows live. And a lot of, Gary's sometimes like, maybe we should record this. And I'm like, let's just do it live. That way we don't have to edit anything. When it's done, it's done. I don't have to upload,
Whatever.
When it's done, it's done.
Whatever, Nazi.
Well, anyway, shout out to Mr. Bill O'Reilly, a young O'Reilly, for blessing us with this gem.
Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do, it's a video, Sting video.
I would not want to work with this guy as a director.
What is?
For credit.
No, fuck
I don't
no.
know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Oh my God, that's fucking.
Fucking thing sucks.
I like whoever uploaded that added reverb to the end
Dude,
of that.
yeah,
I thought, do it live.
I thought you added that shit, dude. Oh my God, fuck. That's how you treat me, man. Hey guys, you got to save me, man. Like he has me in a fucking. Like you think he has me in the alley? No, I'm in a fucking dog cage.
God,
You got to
it's
do it
such a
live.
great clip.
You got to do it fucking live.
It's such a great clip. I prefer to do shows live. There's no reason to record it when you can
God.
do it live. If you make a mistake, own it. Fight through it.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to episode 21 of LG's House live, as we always do here, except for the last show. But I still hosted that one live. Majority of it was recorded, but we'll do another one of those at some point, a car show.
Woo!
Shout out to Drew Show for jumping in here and dropping all sorts of knowledge. Adrian.
Love you guys. Thanks for being in the chat, man. We
Yes,
fucking love you, man.
sir. Yep. Shout out to Toro Loco.
Classic. Check it.
JC in the house. Shout out to Olia. Olive Tea. JC. We'll be back next week. This has been LG's House. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Tell your friends, please.
We're almost at 420 where we'll smoke a doobie live. Maybe.
Woof, man.
We out.
Love you.